Poor bastard. Who did this to him?
ما ادري والله. ما ادري، لكن الحين انا بديت اخاف من جد. السلام عليكم، كيف حال يا جماعه؟ اليوم نلعب لعبه اسمها المنتزه. القصه عن ام ضيعت ولدها في المنتزه وقاعده تدور عليه. ايش بيصير معها؟ خلونا نبدا نروح نعرفها. المنتزه هي تجربه روائيه تلعب بشكل افضل في غرفه مظلمه. والله انا ما اقدر اخلي الغرفه مظلمه عشان الاضاءه مظلمه مع ارتداء سماعات الراس. موجود السماعات.
Wait a minute.
In my heart and mind, I always return to Atlantic Island Park.
Where's Mr. Bear?
I haven't seen Mr. Bear, Callum. Stay in the car. I'll go and ask information.
طيب يا ولد خليك في السيارة، لا تروحي لا يمين ولا يسار. واو المكان يبدو لطيفا، لكن لن يستمر اللطيف للأبد. ايه هذه؟ ما نمت كويس؟
Hey, Lorraine. Don't blame yourself, Lorraine. People lose things all the time. Take a deep breath and think about the last place you saw your son's teddy bear. Hey, stop!
الورع صح؟
I think your boy just ran into
Yep.
the park. I'll unlock the gates for you.
الله ياخذك يا ورع، ليش ما جلست في السيارة؟ لو جلست في السيارة اصلا ما صارت اللعبة. بمشي على رجليني. مرة بطيء ذا.
A line drawn between the real world and the world of whimsy within. On this side, the apathy of our everyday lives. And on the other, anything we might dare to dream. It's no wonder Callum ran back inside. I wouldn't want to leave either.
Attention employees, the park is now closed.
يا كابتن! في حريق هنا، الحق! المكان بيولع يا كابتن! تحول النهار إلى ليل. سمعت الضحكة.
Oh God. The park. What happened here?
اي والله ما ادري، انا ما ادري نفسك مستغرب. ورع! وينك؟ هذا هو صح؟
Callum, come back here right now.
يا ورع تعال. ها؟
You can't catch me.
يا ورع وقف، ماني فاضي الحق. لا تودينا هناك، كل شيء الا هناك. بيت الرعب ما نبيه تكفى. يسد اننا نلعب لعبة رعب. في احد يتحرك هنا. سمعت والله واحد يتحرك. ورع وقف. ماني داخل هنا لا. ورع! تعبت. يا اخي انا كبير، ما اقدر اركض نفس الاداء. هذا الحين محركاته جديدة. خلنا نقرا.
Chad the chipmunk, huh? Just a drunk guy in a suit.
لا يطلع لنا بس. ارفع صوتك ما اسمعك، ايش قاعد تقول انت؟ اوكي. يا ابن الحلال تسوي الحركات هذه دراما، اطلع لي. وينك؟
Callum, stay where you are.
وين ما اشوف انا. وين هو؟ ركب البطة هو ولا وينه؟
Come on, Mommy.
اقدر اركبها؟ ما اشوف انا، هو ركب البطة وراح قبلي؟
Near a great forest, there lived a poor woodcutter, his wife and his 2 children. A boy named Hansel and a girl named Gretel. They were very poor and had very little to bite or sup. What will become of us? The woodcutter asked his wife one night. I tell you what, husband, we will take the children into the thickest part of the forest tomorrow and abandon. No, my wife, I cannot do that. We will all 4 starve, you fool. Hansel and Gretel overheard their parents talking, and Gretel began to weep. Do not fret, Gretel, Hansel said. He crept out of the hut and gathered white stones from the ground to fill his pockets. The next morning, the woodcutter leads the children into the forest. Before they leave, their mother gives them a slice of bread and warns them that they will get no more food that day. Clever Hansel leaves a trail of white stones behind them as they pass into the woods. When their father leaves them, the children wait a while, then follow the trail back to their parents' house. After receiving a thorough scolding from their parents for getting lost in the woods, the children are sent to bed without any supper. Hansel tried to sneak out and collect more white stones, but found that the door was locked. "Tomorrow I will take them into the woods myself," the wife told the woodcutter. In the morning, their mother gave them a slice of bread and led them deep into the forest once again.
Hey! Hey!
Hansel broke his bread
لحظة
into
أنت
pieces
اصبر.
and left a trail of breadcrumbs to lead them
في شيء يصير
safely
هنا
home.
تحت.
But hungry-eyed birds snatched up the breadcrumbs and his trail was destroyed.
اوكي ضاعوا المساكين.
Abandoned by their parents and unable to find the trail home, the children wandered in the forest for 3 days.
3 أيام ضايعين دون أكل. طيب اشطر عليهم كمل.
The children stumbled into a clearing with an exceedingly strange house. Its walls were made of gingerbread, and its windows were panes of clear sugar. Hansel, desperately hungry, ran forward and began to nibble on the walls.
والله معلومة 3 أيام بدون أكل.
Nibble, little mouse. Who is nibbling at my house? An old woman emerged from the house, sniffing the air and peering around with cloudy eyes. "Oh, you dear children, who brought you here? Just come in and stay with me.
لا تثقون فيها.
No harm will come to you." But Hansel and Gretel stayed back, for the old woman reminded them of their cruel mother. "Come, children, don't be afraid. I have something for you." The old woman offered them 2 enormous lollipops. The children took them and began to eat. "You see, nothing to fear here. Come inside," the old woman urged, and the children, still licking their sweets, followed.
يا أخي منو في واحد تحت.
The old woman changed. She stuffed Hansel into a cage and put Gretel to work, sweeping and cleaning her hut.
استعبدتهم.
"Your brother will make a good mouthful," the old witch told Gretel. "Once he is fattened up, I shall feast upon him."
أعوذ بالله.
Time passed, and poor Hansel refused
Yup.
to eat,
ما يبي يسمع.
fearing the day
عشان
that
ما
the witch would eat
يوكل.
him. The witch, for her part, grew impatient. "Today I will cook and eat your brother, Gretel. Climb inside and light the oven." But Gretel pretended not to understand. I do not know how. Where is the opening?" "Fool," the old witch said. "The opening is here." And she moved to show Gretel. Seizing her courage, brave Gretel gave the witch a shove, and the old crone tumbled forward into the oven.
كفو.
Gretel slid a large iron bolt over the door to the oven.
كفو.
Gretel freed her brother Hansel, and together they lit a fire beneath the oven. And though she screamed and begged, the children sat by the oven until her screams had stilled.
أحسن.
And the witch
تستاهل.
cooked.
شباب أنا مركز بعد.
And then, because even children can't survive on sweets, they divided up the body of the old witch and
هذول
ate her.
تحولوا. في شيء بالبحر تحت هنا البحر وش يسمونه بركة هذه كيف قال وش فيه ما ادري شلون وش يقول كيف حركت راسها انا اتوقع اني قاعد اهلوس كل الاشياء ذي كذب ما في شيء صدق كله من راسي وقف. طيب الورع وينه؟
Hansel and Gretel. I used to read it to Callum when the electricity was shut off. Those poor children. The whole world against them. The forest, the birds, the old witch, even their own parents. I used to imagine that Callum and I were the kids in that story. Not mother and son, but brother and sister, hand in hand against the unkind world. We were always hungry, looking for our own house made of candy, looking for the sweetness that could take the pain away. Hunger leads people to desperate, terrible places where the tree branches reach like claws.
يا شباب مثل ما قلت لكم كل شيء اتوقع من راسها بس الحين الورع وين راح؟ انا رحت فوق تحت المفروض اروح سيده لاني ما جيت من هنا بطلت امشي ما حصلته
Another accident.
بعد
Place.
صار معك هنا هذا الدب حقك اوكي بديت افهم ايش صاير صار لها حادث وهي ولدها عشان كذا خلاص تحطمت قامت تشوف اشياء غريبه بدت تهلوس الدب ذا يمثل ولدها واو ان شاء الله الورع هنا
Come out, sweetie. This old thing used to make the blood run to my head. Make me dizzy.
انت بيوم بدينا اللعبه وانت دايخه
The guy just snapped. Those poor kids.
قطع الاطفال
I can't get on while it's moving.
طيب اول شيء لازم اوقفها عشان اقدر اركب لا مو بزيادة السرعه تقليل السرعه يمدي اركب الحين صح شوفوا المفروض اني استمتع اللعبه ذي على الملاهي والاشياء اللي قاعده تصير بس ماني مرتاح اسرعت مره احد يوقفها ما في احد صح طيب شلون اسرعت شباب هذا بياكلني وش يسوي طيب يوه ابيش اهرب خلاص ما بيلعب شكرا كانت لعبة حلوة بجرب لعبة ثانية هذا في صورة هنا هذه هي ولدها لحظة تشوفون في واحد وراها نفس اللي العملاق
Treachery hides in thoughts. Treachery that lashes like a whip and scars our insides. The first time I saw Callum, my thoughts betrayed me. I looked down at this wrinkled, red, bawling thing and I thought, is that it? We build our world from expectations, and the world that I had built for Callum was no different. So real, so there, and so far from my expectations. And they shattered. And as they fell in pieces, that one treacherous thought became a new foundation.
في أحد داخل؟ ما ادري التحليل بيكون صح ولا لا، بس قبل اذا الواحد انجن صار مجنون يكهربون مخه عشان يرجع لعقله، مثل ما واضح ذي مجنونه. فيه بيصدمني ذا. جني اهبل.
It's a matter of public record that I am a failure as a mother.
لا مو خطاك،
Once,
ما ادري
when
ايش صار بس
Callum
مو
was very
خطاك.
small, I left him asleep in the car while I ran an errand. Don't even remember what it was.
لا ام غبيه انت، معك حق.
The sheriff was standing next to the car, watching my boy through the window. I didn't like what I saw in his eyes. Judgment. He wrote me the ticket without saying a word. Just the scratch of his pen on the notepad. When he gave it to me, our eyes met. I know what you're going through. My daughter, Helen, she just gets some help. Help was a bolt of lightning. Help was 1,000 volts surging through my veins. Help is agony. I'd rather die. I wanted to scream. I'd rather you pulled your gun and shot me. But instead my mouth said, yes, Sheriff.
يعني هي كانت مريضة، يمكن ولدها معها. بنجرب اللعبة ذي الحين. وقف.
I can't get on while it's moving.
يا أخي بطيئة تقدرين. وقفت ها. يلا اركبي. تستهبل على راسي. إيمان. لا. هذه المدينة حقت الجن، ليش داخلين بلد؟ المفروض نحترم مكانهم. حقهم حقهم، حقنا حقنا.
People come into your life for a reason. Dad used to say that before Mom ran off. After that, he mostly just drank. Things were different for Don and I. When we met, I was sweeping the floor at Susie's diner. He came in with some workers, but he didn't try to flirt or cop a feel like the others. He just ordered a coffee and sat there, watching me. When my shift was over, he offered to walk me home. I don't know how to describe that walk. We talked and laughed and eventually kissed. It felt like love. It felt like a fairy tale. I can't tell you if Callum was made that night or one of the ones that followed, but I think it has to be that night. That one perfect night. Don and I moved in together, but then, well, he died. According to the supervisor, his safety harness failed when he was working on the top of the Ferris wheel. Don was there one moment, and then gone. Sometimes people leave your life for no reason.
رابطة الحزام انت زين
I was
بس.
3 months pregnant with Callum. Fairy tale fucking over.
هاي كيف حالك؟ ممكن توقف اللعبة؟ الله يعين، الله يعين. بس في حادث صاير هنا. خذ تذكرة الفعوانية. لا! شكرا، فتحت لي الطريق.
A lot of people idolize their children. You hear them talking about their kids and just the way they talk, their fucking voices make me want to vomit. My angel likes to read, and little Johnny is so good on the piano. Fuck those people! You give up 9 months of your life carrying them, you traumatize yourself giving birth to them, and then you spend the rest of your life as their slave. Wiping asses, mopping up piss, feeding them. Little life-sucking monsters who take and take and take until... we all go insane. Any parent who pretends otherwise is just dishonest. That's called choice supportive bias. I am honest. Callum really grinds my gears, and he owes me everything. Everything. It'd serve the little fuck right if I just abandoned him.
لا هذه تكره ولدها.
I always wanted to ride this one. Never got around to do it before.
هذا همك. دامك وانت بين ولدك. وشو نعيش الرعب اللي هنا؟ بسم الله.
What do you want?
We need to talk, Callum.
What do you mean?
من أنت
What have you
وينك؟
done to him?
I That's insulting. You and your boy are everything that this place doesn't want. The antithesis of what we stand for.
Where is Callum?
The poor child. He tried so hard to do what he was taught. He even left you a trail of breadcrumbs. But the park is just so hungry.
Tell me where my son is.
The witch has him now. Has both of you. No happy ending here, I'm afraid.
Just leave me alone.
Fool. You always were.
هاي هاي جاي في المستشفى يب ذبحت ولدي بنفسي. شيل الفلاش.
Which awaits.
طيب ورا ما نشيل هذا احسن بعد. ايش رايك؟
Callum has bruises on his arms, finger marks. Someone has been hurting him. I've asked him, demanded really, to know where he got the marks. But he doesn't want to answer me. Something has scared him into silence. He doesn't dare talk. He's been changing too. Something sinister lurks in the darkness behind his eyes. I catch him staring at me at odd moments. In the night, he tosses and turns and cries out words that I cannot understand. When I try to soothe him, he snaps and bites at my fingers. I think he wants to talk to me. I think he wants to tell me. But they are watching him every minute of every day. They are whispering to him in his sleep, changing him. They are taking my baby away from me. I can save him. And there will be pain. But I love him, and in the end, he will understand why.
ولدها مسكون ذي. ايه اضحك اضحك اضحك.
Come back!
اضحك. ورع. وينك؟
Callum, where are you?
خلني اصيدك بس.
Callum!
ولا اكسر العصا على مؤخرتك الذين.
Come back!
اوه في احد يتحرك هنا. تبي دب؟ اشيل لك دب بس. اوه قفل الباب علي. لسه تطلع فيصل الحين. اصلا انا ما راح اطلع الا مع ولدي. يا نموت جميع يا نعيش جميع. طيب بشيل
The
لك.
whole town was shocked by that one. Never found out who did it.
طيب بشيل لك دب بدل دبك بس تعال. وات؟ هاي هاي.
Playing anymore, Callum?
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. لا اله هذا مين؟ ولدي؟
Poor bastard. Who did this to him?
ما ادري والله. ما ادري لكن الحين انا بدي اخاف من جد.
Callum, where are you?
يا قلبي يا قلبي الله ياخذ راسه السنجوبي ذا والله لا العن ابو طوط. خذ الحبوب خذ الحبوب غديك
These are
تهدين.
mine.
ها انا من اول بيك تاكلين حبوب عشان ترتاحين تفكينا من الوسوسه. وسوستي زياده ليه؟ اوكي هذا المستشفى. هذا المعتوه اللي يستهبل علينا من اليوم. تعال وش عندك؟ امزح معك يا طيب امزح.
Don't touch me.
طيب ما لمستك.
Forgive me, Callum.
سامحني. انت ايش سويتي فيه؟ يا ولد انا اللي لاحظت شباب كل ما اقول اني عرفت شيء.
Don't
واو.
take me.
Oh, God, no. I think Callum is waiting for me. Inside.
لا اصبر لي جايك. شغله فلاش. طيب اخذنا فلاش ليش حنا؟ ولا وقف يا ولد. أنا شباب سويت نفسي خايف. ليش؟ لأن أنت تدخل بيت الرعب، تدري الأشياء تافهة ما تخوف، بس أنت عشان تعيش التجربة تسوي نفسك خايف. هذا اللي سويت حرفيا قدامكم. أنا خايف، اختفاء، قلتش باللعب، ما في شيء يخوف.
Give it to me!
Mommy, don't hide.
مكان صار يخوف شوي يعني. خوينا موجود هنا بعد.
Show yourself!
شوف قلت لك ورني وجهك، اطلع لي. اما سالفه انك تخوفني تولع لمبه ذا ترى شيء ذي ما تخوف. خلاص ما تخوف، اطلع يلا. والله خفت دم. لا 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 لا. خلاص صح اتوقع هذا الباب خلاص باب الحرية. اوكي جانا المتخلف ذا. ايش تبي؟ يا ايش تبي؟ وقف يا اخي وقف وقف. انت بتتفاهم معي؟ وقف. عرفت انك كذا تستهبل على راسي ما يصلح.
Don't leave me!
لا تتركني يا ورع.
Stop!
ورع وين راح؟ لا ما قد العب متاهة.
I'm a horrible mother. Where is he?
لا عاد لا تكسين على نفسك.
After they let me out, a handful of breadcrumbs. Home, bittersweet home. I barely recognized it. Where there had been color and light, there were shadows and regrets. Where there had been warmth, there was a bone-deep coldness that never went away. I tried my hardest to keep the ghosts at bay. Don, watching from the dusty corners while I tried to teach his son to read. My father, coldly assessing me and finding me lacking. I devoted myself to Callum, did the things that they told me. It will get better, they said. Every day will be a little better than the last. I'm in the woods now, lost and afraid. Things never got any better.
ان شاء الله راح تتحسن قدام ما عليك. صحيح خلينا نحصل المعتوه ذا ونطلع من المكان. ما شاء الله ولدي رسام فنان. حتى انا احبك. بس تعال.
What have you done with him?
رجع ولدي. رجعه. نفس اني دخلت نفس المكان. الحين اتوقع ممكن يفتح لي ذا الباب. لا افتح الباب. الباب نفس المكان بالضبط لكن فيه اشياء جديدة. هاي ولد تعال لا تعال تعال. خلني امسك بس خلني امسك. المرة الثالثة. المرة دي الباب مفتوح. أعوذ بالله يا السوداوية. أوه كيف ذا؟ تخيل يلحقني بالسكين الحين. رجع ولدي بعد تو. أخيرا كسرنا اللوب. أوه نو أوه نو. هاي ما أحب الظلام. شغل فلاش شغل فلاش. واحد جايني. يا ساتر. اوكي ليش فتحت لي باب الحين؟ ها؟ اوكي اهجد قفل الحين سبحان الله.
Don't make me look at.
يا ولد خلاص خلاص. اوه دموي صار. اوه ماي جاد. يا ساتر يا ساتر. الى متى؟ خلاص خلاص انا خايف. تبي اقول كذا انا خايف؟ تبي اعترف؟ يب انا خايف خلاص. والمرة دي المكان كله تغير.
Stories are told again and again, and from their shape we build our understanding of the world. Two children are led into the woods. They are lost for a time, but then are captured by an old witch. A child goes missing in Atlantic Island Park. He wanders lost for a time before finding his way into the mouth of an old witch. In the oldest version of this story, The mother and the witch were the same person. I never wanted to be the witch. But I am, aren't I?
الله شكلها مسوية مصيبة. خلاص اوكي.
Give it to me!
يوم قاعدة تصارخين ولا عطاك ولا رجع لك ولدك ولا سوى شيء.
Callum.
يا ولد خلاص اهجر.
Callum.
ميت؟
Callum!
انتبهي! هاي! وراك! اوه لا لا لا
Hey, Lorraine. Lorraine. Don't blame yourself, Lorraine. People lose things all the time. Take a deep breath and think about the last place you saw your son.
قبل ما تقتله.
In my heart and mind, I always return to Atlantic Island Park.
يا خسيسة. قتلت ولده وراحت تبلغ الشرطة. ضيعت ولدي. ما أدري وينه. لا أنت كذا ألعن من الساحرة. والله القصة سوداوية. أتمنى أنكم استمتعتوا. شكرا للمشاهدة. لا تنسون اللايك والاشتراك. أشوفكم في الفيديو الجاي. مع السلامة.